So what is N+1 problem? So this is a very important Hibernate JP interview topic. So real production performance problem. This is one of the frequently asked senior interview question. So what is N+1 query problem? Application executes too many database queries, right? So in a scenario, so one query fetches parent records, additional query fetches child records, right? So causes major performance issue. Suppose example, we'll see. Suppose we fetch all orders, right? Suppose, and each order contains customer details. So application fetches orders first, then fetches customer separately for every order. So if you take one query fetches all orders and n queries to fetch customers for each order. So total queries is n+1, hence called the n+1 query problem. Suppose order table is there. So each order one customer is associated. So customer 2 associated customer 102 ID. Order 3 is associated with the customer 103. Suppose if I do a query select star from orders. So all the orders came. But again, if you do select star from customer, loop through the orders, and for each order, if you fetch the customer by using his ID, then how many queries happened? So too many DB calls and high database load and slow application response and major production scalability issue. Suppose 1000 orders exist. One query for orders. Okay. So we will get all the orders in one query. So 1000 additional customer queries. So total 1000 plus 1 DB queries. So what is the root cause of this N+1 problem? Usually caused by lazy loading. So these are the association right between the entities. So Hibernate fetches related entities separately. When you do lazy loading, when you uh, load orders and association between the orders and the customers is like one to many or many to one. So at that time, when we load the orders, we are not loading the customers. We are doing lazy loading, right? So that's why only orders we are fetching. And whenever we need a customer of particular order, then at that time it will load the customer entities separately. So if you take customer is there, so many to one association is between order to customer. What we are doing, which we are doing lazy loading. So customer loaded only when accessed. So when we load orders, only orders will come as it is a lazy loading. So customers will load it when accessed. So how to identify N+1 problem? Too many SQL logs, repeated select queries, slow APIs, high DB CPU usage, performance bottlenecks. So what is the solution for the problem? So fetch parent and child together. Single optimized query reduces DB round trips. Most common solution. Suppose it is a fetch query, select star from orders, join fetch, go with the customer. So that orders will come and associated customer details also come as part of the single query. So you won't do end queries for the customers. So single query fetches everything, orders plus customer loaded together, no extra queries is generated. So this is the huge performance improvement. This we will discuss later. So DTV projection, this is one of the other way to improve the performance, which only required fields. Suppose if there is a POJO, employee POJO is there. Suppose 1000 fields are there, or there is a product is there, the 1000 fields are there. So those all fields we won't no need to fetch. Avoid loading complete entities, and it will improve the performance further. So whatever the required fields from that POJO class, only those only fetch. This is best for read heavy APIs. So very important point. Eager loading is not always a solution. As we discussed, we are doing lazy loading for the orders. So as we are using lazy loadings, we are retrieving only orders and we are not retrieving the customers either initially when we load the retrieve the orders. So eager loading is we will retrieve the customers at the same time while retrieving the orders, but that is not the solution. So it may load unnecessary data, can create memory issues. So join fetch usually preferred. So suppose in the in many scenarios, right? So suppose if you take any Flipkart or Amazon, when you view the any product, so there may be also lot of associated entities are there, reviews are there, some details about the product in details. So those all we cannot load eagerly when we load the product itself because it will take lot of time. It will become make the API slow. That's why we do lazy loading. And after that, if you required, you will do uh, fetch the details which are required. So eager loading is not a always solution. Many load may load unnecessary data in many times. Many associations are there for one product. Suppose 5 associated entities are there. Then if you want to load the product along with the 5 associated entities, complete data means it will be it will create memory issue and the performance of the API also slow. So join fetch usually preferred. So N+1 problem is too many DB queries usually caused by lazy loading and it creates a performance bottleneck solved using the giant fetch or DTO projection and entity graph. I hope you understand what is the about the N+1 problem. If you want to more Java interview questions, you visit the java.victoria.com. It has the vast collection of Spring Boot, Java and microservices interview questions.